Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bets Today. It's great to have you here. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's absolutely fundamental if you want to approach sports betting with a smarter, more strategic mindset: value betting. You've probably heard the term thrown around, but what does it actually mean? And, more importantly, how can you spot these golden opportunities for yourself? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have a crystal clear understanding and a solid framework for finding value bets. If you're ready to level up your game, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and you won't miss out on any of our future content. Let's get started. So, what exactly is a value bet? In the simplest terms, a value bet is a wager where you believe the probability of an outcome is greater than what the bookmaker's odds suggest. Think of it like shopping. If you know a new smartphone is worth $1,000 and you find a store selling it brand new for $800, that's a value purchase, right? You're getting it for less than its true worth. Value betting applies the exact same logic to sports odds. You're essentially looking for discounts in the betting market. It's crucial to understand that value betting is not about finding a sure thing or a guaranteed win. There's no such thing in betting. Even with a massive value bet, the outcome you bet on can still lose. The key is the long-term perspective. By consistently placing bets where the odds are in your favor, you are giving yourself a mathematical edge. Over time, and with a large enough sample size of bets, this edge should translate into a positive return. It's about making smarter decisions repeatedly, not about winning every single bet. So, how do the bookmakers come up with their odds in the first place? They employ teams of expert statisticians and traders who analyze a huge amount of data: historical performance, team form, player injuries, head-to-head records, even things like weather conditions. From this analysis, they calculate the likely probability of each outcome. For example, in a soccer match, they might determine Team A has a 50% chance of winning, Team B has a 30% chance, and a draw has a 20% chance. But they don't stop there. After setting these initial probabilities, they convert them into odds and then add their margin, which is how they guarantee their own profit regardless of the outcome. This is often called the juice, or VIG. Finally, they adjust the odds based on market sentiment, that is, where the public's money is going. If a huge number of people are betting on Team A, the bookmaker will shorten the odds on Team A to limit their own risk and encourage betting on the other outcomes. And this is where opportunities for value can appear. The odds you see aren't always a pure reflection of probability. They're also influenced by public opinion and the bookmaker's business model. Now, for the million-dollar question. How do you find these value bets? The core of finding value lies in one thing: creating your own assessment of probability and comparing it to the bookmakers. If your calculated probability is higher than the implied probability of the odds, you've found a value bet. Let's break that down with an example. Imagine a tennis match between player A and player B. The bookmaker offers odds of 250 for player A to win. First, we need to convert these odds into an implied probability. The formula is simple: 1 divided by the decimal odds. So, 1 divided by 250 equals 0.4. To get a percentage, we multiply by 100. So, the bookmaker's odds imply that player A has a 40% chance of winning the match. Now comes your job. You need to do your own research and form your own opinion. You look at their recent form, their head-to-head record, their performance on that specific court surface. Maybe you've watched their last few matches and noticed something the stats don't show. After your thorough analysis, you conclude that player A actually has a 50% chance of winning this match, not 40%. This is the moment of truth. Your estimated probability, 50%, is greater than the bookmaker's implied probability, 40%. Bingo! You have just identified a value bet. So, the process is always the same. First, find the odds. Second, calculate the implied probability from those odds. Third, do your own analysis to create your own probability estimate. And fourth, compare your estimate to the implied probability. If yours is higher, you've got a potential value bet. Of course, the hardest part is step 3, accurately estimating your own probabilities. This isn't just about gut feelings. It's about developing a system. This could involve creating your own statistical models, using spreadsheets, or simply becoming a deep expert in a niche sport or league. The more specialized your knowledge, the better your chances of spotting something the general market has missed. Maybe you follow a smaller soccer league that bookmakers don't pay as much attention to. Or perhaps you have a keen eye for player psychology in tennis that gives you an edge. It's also essential to be honest with yourself and avoid confirmation bias. Don't just look for data that supports the outcome you want to happen. Be objective. Your goal isn't to be a fan. It's to be an analyst looking for pricing errors in the market. This is a skill that takes time, discipline, and a lot of practice to develop. You will make mistakes, and that's okay. The key is to learn from them. Refine your process, and always bet responsibly. Let's talk about some practical tools and strategies. One of the most important things you can do is line shopping. This means having accounts with multiple different bookmakers. Why? Because not all bookmakers offer the same odds. Bookmaker X might have player A at 250, but Bookmaker Y might have them at 260. That might not seem like a big difference, but over the long run, consistently getting the best possible odds on your value bets significantly impacts your overall profitability. It's free money you're leaving on the table if you don't shop around for the best price. Another great tip is to specialize. The world of sports is vast. Don't try to be an expert on everything. It's nearly impossible. Instead, pick 1 or 2 sports, or even specific leagues within those sports that you are genuinely interested in. Immerse yourself in them. Learn the teams, the players, and the dynamics inside and out. Your specialized knowledge will become your greatest asset in spotting odds that are out of line with reality. The general betting public might be swayed by big names, but you'll know that a key defensive midfielder is out with an injury, drastically changing the team's chances. That's where you find your edge. Finally, remember to always bet with your head, not over it. Bankroll management is a critical companion to value betting. Only wager a small percentage of your designated betting bankroll on any single bet, typically 1 to 3%. This ensures that a string of unlucky losses, which will happen even with a value strategy, doesn't wipe you out. It allows you to stay in the game long enough for the value to materialize. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. And that's a wrap on our deep dive into value betting. We've covered what it is, why it's a long-term strategy, and how you can start identifying these opportunities for yourself. It all comes down to comparing your own informed assessment against the odds offered by the bookmaker. It requires discipline, research, and patience, but it's the most logical way to approach sports betting. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this guide helpful and that it empowers you to make smarter, more informed betting decisions. What are your thoughts on value betting? Do you have any strategies you use to find value? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this video and want more content like it, please hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed to Bets Today. It means the world to us. Take care, bet responsibly, and I'll see you in the next one.